One day, I learned that you don't dream. What you see is a repetition of what actually happened in our past. Or self-analysis and self-accusation. Refrain from the present and the future, borrowing the body of a lucid dream. Oh, this is about to get trippy. You don't dream. I'm still not here. Tono Shiki doesn't know about dreams. I don't know you now. So I'm done with this story here. I'm dreaming of the end of the story, without fail. Like the snow that is falling. Like the waves that come and go. Is that why we were seeing waves or like an ocean at the beginning of the second day? Like a waning moon. Refrain, 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 refrain. There's more Nasu's signature writing style, just repeat a word ad nauseum. Oh no, the lines. Good morning. I hear an unfamiliar voice, and stare at an unfamiliar ceiling. My deeply submerged consciousness awakes. It's morning. It is time to wake up, Shiki-sama. So please don't do that, Shiki-sama. I told you yesterday that I was uncomfortable when you said that. Oh, okay. He was saying that he doesn't like when she calls him Shiki-sama. It's too formal. Bro, you better put your glasses on. So put your glasses on and nothing will be wrong. I open my eyes. I pick up the glasses on my bedside table and put them on. The anomaly soon became invisible. As if to break free from the sluggishness, I lift myself out of bed. This is the place. Good morning, Shiki-sama. The girl in the maid's uniform bowed. Oh, I see. I've returned to the Tono house. Yes, I know you were tired yesterday. Hisui is standing in front of the entrance, poised, looking at me as if I've just woken up. She looks like a well-made statue. Well, at least they got the name right this time. I think that was just supposed to be a sigh. Perhaps it was because I slept in an unfamiliar room, but my consciousness was hazy. Shiki-sama? Hisui calls out to me. I buzzed and shook my head, waking up my sleepy mind. Good morning, Hisui, and thank you for waking me up. There's no need for such words. It's my role to wake you up. Hisui replies nonchalantly. I feel a faint sense of discomfort, or rather waste, in that gesture. If she were half as bright as Kohaku, she'd be a force to reckon with, wouldn't she? Or half as energetic as Kohaku. If they were both like the same, I feel like it'd be a little bit overwhelming. It's not my place to tell you what to do, but it's your personality. Can I help you? Perhaps noticing my gaze, Hisui stared straight back at me. No, it's nothing. Seeing Hisui's face just made me realize that this is the Tono house. I got up from the bed and took a breath. Ugh. The time was just before 7 in the morning. I woke up a little earlier than usual. I'm going downstairs to change my clothes. Can we just go to the dining room instead of the living room? Yes, please come to the dining room. Breakfast is ready. Alright, thanks. Hisui bowed and left the room. That's gotta be pretty crazy, like waking up in a fucking mansion and then forgetting, oh yeah, that's right. I moved to a mansion yesterday, and now I live here. I went down to the first floor lobby. I changed my shirt and underwear and just put on my standard school uniform. The cafeteria is a large room on the left side of the west wing entrance, directly opposite the living room and the east wing across the stairs.
Good morning, Shiki. I'll be right back with your breakfast.
Kohaku-san was waiting for me in the cafeteria. The reason why you called me Shiki-san is probably because Hisui told me last night. Okay, that translation was a bit weird, like told you what? Hisui was adamant about using Sama, but Kohaku seemed to be flexible. Okay, I guess that's what he was getting at. Such things also show the difference in their personalities. Kohaku-san was quick to serve the food. It was a purely Japanese-style breakfast, with 1 soup and 3 vegetables, and I was in love with it. But I'm sorry, I should have told you yesterday.
Oh, is it possible that there was something in there that you don't like? Shiki-san, do you not like turnips?
No, I'm proud to say I'm not a picky eater, but what can I say? It was a little too much. I'm basically a small eater, and I eat even less in the morning. Eating the neatly arranged food gave me heartburn and I lost my appetite. I'm feeling good this morning, so I think I can eat about half a cup. But when I'm not feeling well, my chopsticks sometimes stop after 1 bite.
I've heard that you're a small eater, so I've tried to be conservative with this, but it's not good?
I'm sorry, it's like the after effects of an accident, and there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, but I can tell you that it looks really good. This breakfast is perfect. I did my best to express my thoughts without any falsehoods. Kohaku-san is not at fault in the slightest, and I can't let my selfishness ruin a good meal. Anyway, let's eat. I'm sorry if I left you.
No, don't worry about it. I'm a professional in this field, and I'll measure the right amount for you. Then please eat. If it doesn't suit your taste buds, please don't hesitate to let me know.
And then Akiha barges in. Brother, what are you doing? This is not to, this is breaking the rules of this house. You should not eat right now. She'd get on us for something. Thank you for the meal. It was very delicious. I put my hands together and say thank you. Kohaku's breakfast was perfect in appearance and taste. It was lightly and elegantly seasoned, but with a touch of spice to whet the appetite. The average high school boy would have ordered a second cup without hesitation. But Tono Shiki is not the average high school boy. I'm sorry I left you with all that food you prepared for me.
It's okay. It's my fault for not asking you first. And I'm happy enough. Shiki-san, you really look so delicious when you eat.
Okay, I do not think that was the proper translation. I think it was probably something like you look so happy when you eat.
It was worth the effort to hone my skills for this day.
Kohaku smiles at me. The story is backwards. I think I would be the one who would be happy to see her face like that.
It's already so late. Please don't mind me and go to the living room. I will prepare tea for after dinner over there. If you monopolize Shiki-san too much, I'll be afraid of what will happen later.
Giggling, Kohaku puts away her breakfast. It was 7:20 a.m. and I should be getting ready for school. Not drinking tea like a rich person. I thanked her again for the meal and left the diner. Of course she would be there. Why am I not surprised? In the living room, I saw Akiha and Hisui. Akiha's uniform belonged to Asagami Ladies Academy, a famous school for young ladies. Fortunately, I remember what the name was from the original game. It says Asagami Jogakuen, but I think we should just call it Asagami Ladies Academy. Yo, good morning, Akiha.
That greeting is so improper, Nissan. Good morning, brother. I woke up late this morning. Well, it's okay. I'll just say that I didn't sleep well on the first day.
Was she saying she woke up late, or that Shiki woke up late? The word kimahororo comes to mind. I have no idea what that means. I swallowed my words that I was actually up earlier than usual and sat down on the couch. Okay, she was saying that we slept in. Because that wouldn't really make sense if she was saying I slept in on the first day. It's like, you've been here, Akiha. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hisui, give my brother some tea after breakfast.
Yeah, it says dinner, but I mean, this is technically breakfast, so.
I'll also have one of those. Very well. Shiki-sama, would you like some sugar in your tea?
Oh, yeah, just one, thanks. And so the indescribable morning hours began. And it's really awkward. Nothing is said at the after breakfast tea. Hisui put the teacup on the table and went back to the wall to wait. I tasted a sip of dark red tea in silence. Okay. What was that about?
It's really good. It's bitter yet sweet, complex yet cleansing on the throat, and the aroma is very Christmassy.
Christmassy. I don't know what I'm saying, but that's how shocked I was. And then Akiha smiles for once. I had been reminded of the opulence of the Tono residence last night, and this tea was no exception.
It's a spirit de Noel from Mirage this morning. And the most famous tea store is in England, but this is a famous store in France. This company itself was founded around 1850 and only recently landed in Japan, about 15 years ago, so it is not a major player, but there is no problem with the quality. The phrase Christmas is too vague for me to appreciate, but strangely enough it conveys the nuance.
I see Akiha as a tea connoisseur. Perhaps my surprise was too funny for Akiha, but she smiled with pride.
I hear it's reasonably priced and was worth it to try and match my folksy brother. Did you learn that a fine leaf is worth its weight in gold?
It's a domineering, supercilious view of the pathetic primitive. Even the gesture of placing the teacup on the plate was elegant. Ugh. But frustratingly, you're right. This is real tea. What was the tea I used to drink in the afternoon? I mean, that would certainly cause a trading company or two. If something like this existed in a time when entertainment was scarce, I'd be desperate to get my hands on it. Then, about 10 minutes passed by. Well, we were talking about tea. What else is there to talk about with our tsundere sister? Both Akiha and I just enjoyed our tea and didn't have any conversation. The result was that I would occasionally look at her, but I couldn't think of anything to talk about, so I kept looking back at my teacup. To be honest, it was a bit awkward at best. Still, it wasn't a bad time for me. It's not something I can say from the standpoint of having left her alone until now, but just seeing Akiha spending her time peacefully like this gives me an indescribable feeling. I wonder if this is a relief. Whatever the case may be, I'm just so happy that Akiha is right in front of me right now. When I was immersed in this small sense of satisfaction, I heard a strange sound coming from the hallway. Okay, who is this? This has got to be another new character, right? Also, it doesn't translate that. Why doesn't it translate that? What did she even say? I don't know what she said. Okay, I guess we're not going to know what she said.
Latsu, Ranbo, and finally Ransin. I'm going to hell in a handbasket.
Okay. Through the wall, a humming comes closer, with no tempo or shift. Oh my god.
Hi, good morning.
Okay, so this is the character we saw in the opening to CL's route, actually. So she's here too. Who the hell is this? And why is she dressed like that?
Good morning, Master Chang.
She opened the door boldly and came in, looking as outrageous as ever. It's bullshit appearance. I'm just going to say looking as outrageous as ever, because she does look outrageous. A jacket that was a step below underwear and a tight leather skirt. Her unusually long hair put up in a way that didn't seem to matter. Her lips were strangely glossy, though she seemed to have no makeup on. Her hair was a reddish blonde color, and she was tall, making her look like a foreigner. She probably is a foreigner. I guess she's supposed to be Chinese or something. As you can see from her open chest and waist, she has a great figure. And she's not ashamed of showing that off, I see. The woman who came to me was a mature woman herself, and I felt more comfortable lying on the bench in the middle of summer than in this anachronistic Western-style house. If it weren't for that oddly fitting lab coat... Good morning, Dr. Aruku. Okay, who? What can I do for you today? Your regular checkup was supposed to be yesterday. No, I just wasn't in the mood for it yesterday. So she decided to just come barging into your house to do it today. When I was watching the sunset, I got frustrated, so I abandoned my research and ran out into the city. Well, frankly speaking, I skipped work. That's why I came here in the morning, hoping to get some work done today. Oh, Mei-chan, please give me some tea too. 4 or 5 spoonfuls of sugar, or 6 if you feel like it. Jesus Christ, just make yourself at home. The woman in white strolled into the living room. Naturally, her eyes made contact with me on the couch. Huh? 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 Oh my god, is she gonna like sexually harass us or something? She looks at me intently. You've had plenty of time to observe, and you're satisfied. Okay, what the fuck? This woman is crazy. It's too good to be true. What is this? The master has come up with a plan to kill me with laughter? That's great. I'm secreting 8 tins with dead mast. Okay, what does that even mean? Oh my god, it's like Macbeth is in this house. It's like you're ready to kill or be killed in a tragedy. I guess that makes sense because Macbeth is a tragedy. But that is just a very strange reference. The woman laughed in her stomach. All I could do was frown. What's with this high-strung individual whom Akiha called sensei? Or doctor, I guess. Master Aruku, may I introduce you to my brother? As if she couldn't stand the sight of me being left behind, Akiha cleared her throat and chided the woman in white. Uh-huh. Are you referring to me, or is it Shiki-chan? Okay, that's a waste of time. I've heard about Shiki-chan from Akihisa. Shiki-chan isn't interested in the affairs of a stranger like me, is he? I'm sure you're not the only one. Makihisa? So does this woman know my father? Yes, I was originally a carefree, rootless woman, like a webless spider drifting in the wind, but I had a connection with Makihisa. I still think you're a carefree woman, or whatever you were trying to say with that. If you have nowhere else to go, why don't you come live with us? And he was so cool about it. I wonder if this character is supposed to be like Taiga from Fate Stay Night or something. She's kind of acting like her. But alas, Makihisa wasn't really my type, so I would... Okay. God damn it. Well, we tried utilizing the backlog to see what she just said because it just skipped that, but... Yeah, now I don't really know what she was trying to say. I guess all we can do is move on. I looked at Akiha to see if she was right. What can I say? Because it takes courage to talk to this woman. Yes, Dr. Aruku is your father's junior at university. Now, as my father's friend, she is my advisor. I don't know. I don't like it when you call me that. Let's see. I'll cry if you don't call me Dr. Araguru with love and affection. Instead of crying, Dr. Aruku smiled and laughed. However, she was laughing, but her eyes were fixed on my face like a thread that had been sticking to me ever since I came into this room.
Here you are, Dr. Aruku. The tea is ready.
Then Hisui intervened. Hisui's attitude of not reading the atmosphere of the place, or rather not being influenced by the atmosphere of the place, seemed to neutralize the tension of Dr. Aruku.
Oh my god, you really are the epitome of a maid, aren't you?
Well, she is a maid, so I guess it makes sense. She's sulking because she's been disturbed. She put one hand on her waist and drank the tea in one gulp, with the gusto of a sports drink. Wow, English.
Oh, nice sugar! The sugar soaks into all my organs, or rather, it milks into my uterus and ovaries, and I can't stand it. I'm getting into it.
Okay, this is just disturbing. She really acts like she just stepped out of a hentai.
I'm off for a routine checkup. Something wrong with the air conditioning in the bathrooms, right? I know. I'll just do a quick check and add some ion clusters or something.
So wait, did she do maintenance of the house? Like, what is she doing? I don't even know what this character is here for. She's a doctor and apparently she does, like, household chores. I don't know. With a high-pitched laugh, Aruku crossed the living room and headed for the hallway. As she touched the doorknob, the woman turned back to me.
Nice to meet you, Shiki-chan. Let's get along as outsiders, okay? I'm sure there's more to come, but...
Or maybe she's not even a doctor. Sometimes they call characters doctors, but that's not the proper translation for it, so who knows. Although she's wearing a lab coat, so maybe doctor is appropriate.
If you really can't do anything about it anymore, just come and talk to me.
I guess she's trying to say if we need advice, we should come talk to her. The intruder moved away, humming to herself as she had come. I'm pretty sure Akiha's like, I hate that person. An indescribable silence enveloped the living room. Hey, Akiha.
I don't know much about Dr. Aruku. Due to her father's will, she is the one who is entrusted with the access to the main building and its maintenance. I heard that her father was a very useful architect. According to him, the building business was a side job.
Akiha asserts with a crisp voice. Who is she? I was the first to ask the question.
I'm not going to take any more questions, she said. If you'll excuse me, Miss Akiha, it's time to go to school. There's something tense in the air. Did you immediately frighten Shiki-san by making an unreasonable request in the morning? You. What do you mean unreasonable? First of all, I don't talk about unreasonable rules. I only ask for common sense.
Kohaku was impressed by Akiha's words. It's only been 2 days, but I think I'm starting to understand the distance between these two people a little better. Well, they have two completely different personalities.
I'll head to school then. Brother, as I told you last night, you must strictly observe the curfew. Did you see the news last night?
No, I didn't. Someone took my cell phone, unreasonably so.
I see. Then I'll have the morning paper ready in the living room tomorrow. It's a good idea to get up early and read through the day's news.
This is it. It was an ironclad stance that bounced back my small amount of sarcasm in no time.
According to the news, the body of a vagrant was found at the north exit of Soya Station last night. It is reported that he froze to death due to malnutrition, or died of debilitating bleeding. Whatever the truth is, it seems that the downtown area is not safe these days. It would be a disgrace to the Tono family if we were to go out at such a time and get involved in a trivial incident.
Well, we might be getting involved with something.
As soon as school is over, try to get back to the mansion before the sun goes down.
After reminding her of the curfew, Akiha left the living room. But before the sun goes down means you have to be home by 6. What was the 8 o'clock curfew? The clock in the living room read 7:30. I can just barely make it in 30 minutes, but will Akiha make it? I think it was quite a distance to Asagami Academy. Huh?
Shiki-san, Shiki-san, can you hear me? Yes, it's you. I'm speaking to you, who have been overwhelmed by Akiha's merciless treatment and are on their knees in despair.
Oh my god. I wonder what she's doing, this girl. Hiding behind the back of the couch, she beckoned, "Come here, come here." I kind of want to see this animated. I can hear you. What is it, Kohaku?
No, I'm not a servant. I'm ambiguous, and I'm giving this back to you.
Kohaku sneaked his cell phone out of the sleeve of her kimono. That thing is my mobile device that Akiha confiscated last night. Are you sure?
Yes, but it's a secret from Akiha. Please be certain she doesn't find out. Also, please refrain from using it in the mansion. Well, the signal's not very good, so even if you wanted to use it, I don't think you could.
Kohaku. The conscience of the Tono residence was here. I took the device and quickly tucked it into the inside pocket of my uniform.
And here's another one. This is the authorization card for the main gate. If you press the buzzer, I can unlock the door myself, but it would take me a long time to get to the security room. I apologize for the inconvenience, but if you are in a hurry, it would be helpful if you could unlock the main gate here.
The authentication card for the main gate is, as expected of the Tono residence, security is perfect.
Then I will go see Akiha off. I'll leave the rest to you, Hisui.
Yes, have a good day, sister. Kohaku left after Akiha.
Is it time to go, Lord Shiki?
Yeah, it's only a half-hour walk from here to school. It's 7:30 now. I can make it if I run a little on the way, but thanks for thinking of me, Hisui. Satisfied with my explanation, Hisui nodded her head.
I will see you out then.
Yeah, thanks. After all, it's embarrassing to have a servant. Hisui urged me to get up from the sofa. Despite the unexpected intruder, my first morning in 7 years went by without a hitch. Yeah, I really am wondering what kind of role Dr. Aruku is going to play in this. She just seems like a comic relief character. Hisui sees me off and I leave the compound. Just a normal day walking to high school. Surely nothing strange will happen. The Tono residence is located at the edge of Soya, on a hill away from the station. On the hill, there's a forest that is incongruous from the urban area, and depending on how you look at it, Tono's house could be seen as a gate built at the entrance to the forest. From here to the school is a little over a 30-minute walk across the station. If I hurried, I could make it in time for my morning homeroom. I went down a long hill. I had been taking the train from Artema's house to Soya Station, so this was my first time going to school this way. I feel like I'm a new student, even though I've simply changed paths. There aren't many students here. Not many families in this area seem to have attended Soya High School. 7:30 in the morning. I was the only person I could see in a school uniform scurrying down the street. Unlike the south exit station yesterday, the north exit station was crowded with commuters. It was the usual scene of office workers in suits walking past at a brisk pace. The disturbing news that had been happening in the past few days seems to have no effect on them. Or, if you are feeling disquieted, is that not a reason to change your daily schedule? Either way, there's no change in the city. Arihiko said that he avoids going out at night, but I guess not many people can trust their instincts and follow them like he does. For From the front of the station, head towards the residential area. I only see students in school uniforms on the streets anymore. I looked at my phone and saw that I only had 5 minutes before the school gates closed. I ran out onto the asphalt surface, careful not to be late. As I told Hisui, it took me about 30 minutes from the mansion to reach the main gate. I ran a few times along the way, so if you want to take your time getting to school, I'd have to leave the mansion before 7:30. There was no sign of Arihiko in the classroom. It seemed that he had really come to school yesterday out of the blue. I walked to my desk, greeting my familiar classmates. I sit in my chair for a few minutes until homeroom and check my mobile device. This morning's report by the public, a school bulletin board created by young teachers and an anonymous bulletin board for students created by volunteers. There is no threat that stands out from the rest. I looked up and saw that most of the students in the classroom were spending their time the same way I was. Hey, did you guys hear about the murders? A teacher over 30 years old told me that today's students seem to have no real friends. Of course, that is a misconception that is typical of previous eras. No one in our class is getting along with each other, just that our dependence on the internet and our dependence on our friend in front of us have become equivalent. Schools used to be a place where you could only make friends inside the classroom. There was little connection to the outside world. It's different now, as you can find as many friends as you like. The atmosphere in the classroom doesn't have to be homey, it just has to be comfortable. Thanks to the highly developed internet, we have become less knowledgeable in terms of age. Although there is no difference in the amount of stuff we have accumulated solidly, we seem to have evened out in terms of living. Adults say that there is no heat, no dreams, no hope, but that's just the way it is. Maybe he meant no heart instead of heat. Like, that just doesn't make sense. No heat, no dreams. The world is a small place now. Even elementary school students know how deadlocked our society is. So it's getting harder and harder to dream about the future and accept the world through our own filters. That's what sharing knowledge is all about. The more the storehouse of knowledge expands, the smaller and smaller the lives of the individuals who browse it become. In the past, humans aimed beyond to bury the unknown. I don't need to do that right now. You don't have to go anywhere. People are as free as they can be, but they also have no reason to get out of their little boxes. I think that's what the depressing sense of stagnation in classrooms, schools, and cities is all about. And so on. I tried to analyze it in a great way, but this is just my own feeling. Tono Shiki doesn't feel any sense of entrapment. There was no sense of impasse, no sense of malaise, no sense of dissatisfaction with society. All I have is the obvious desire to enjoy every day as much as possible. It would be a misconception for such a simple-minded person to talk about an increasingly complex society. While I was pondering, the homeroom bell rang. And everybody immediately got to their seats. Holy shit. The students who had been chatting in their seats returned to their seats. I guess away from their seats? I put away my mobile device and changed my mind. Now it's the second day back at the Tono house, and school has begun. It's been 3 minutes since homeroom started. There was no replacement for Toyama at all. The classroom was buzzing and order was about to break down. To be more specific, everyone was full of it. Everyone in the class was thinking that if we were destined to be left like this, we should play until first period starts. 1 more minute. Let's just hold out for 1 more minute. After that, the door opened with an unspoken understanding that we were free to do whatever we wanted.
Quiet, everyone! Quiet! I'll start homeroom.
Oh, there she is. It's Noel. The buzzing air subsided instantly. The teacher who walked into the classroom was someone I had never seen before, or rather, someone I had never expected to see, as she was not Japanese by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, she looked like a college student.
What? What's with the air? I know you're all a little ticked off, but... What am I, a viper-type girl?
Maybe she's trying to say, what am I, a snake?
Oh, I shouldn't. The metaphor is a bit minor, isn't it? Let's see, in Japanese style, it's a heart attack type girl. But doctor, my name is not Sadako.
Okay, was she referencing the ring? That, like, okay, these... I'm confused. Like, because she spelled Sadako like Sadako from the ring.
Isn't that already an old metaphor?
I frowned. Yeah, any of these Japanese specific metaphors are really going to fly over my head. The mysterious woman, on the other hand, stood at the podium without a hint of concern and coughed deliberately.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Aizen Noel, the new substitute for Toyama-sensei, who has been transferred to a new position. It will only be for a month, but I look forward to working with you all. My favorite food is Mont Plain. My favorite gift is cash or web money, and my least favorite word is pet store.
Why is your least favorite word pet store?
I'm always open to questions, so please don't hesitate to ask me.
Oh my god. A disturbing noise echoed through the classroom. This is a flying onomatopoeia of boys who almost got up from their chairs when Noel sensei winked at them. I guess he's trying to say there was a lot of guys that were attracted to Noel. As I said, I was also a bit taken aback. Noel sensei is not a stunningly beautiful woman. Or is he trying to say she is a stunningly beautiful woman? It's a longing that's within reach. She's a little bit older than me. She's filled with charm that cannot be put into words. Anyway, there was something fluffy and whip-like that stimulated the admiration of high school boys at first sight. I have a question! How old are you, Noel sensei? But where do you live? I want to know how you spend your days off and what your hobbies are. I mean, who's your favorite type of high school student? As soon as I did, a storm of questions erupted from the boys. And all the girls looked at them in disgust. This kind of topic is supposed to be discussed in an anonymous forum in a casual manner, but it seems that those who were hit by the current wink couldn't even wait for that. The girls look at them coldly and say, "What a jerk." But it seems that the scorn of classmates who are tired of looking at them is not an issue for these feverish girls.
Thanks for the flying fish-like response. My age is 25. I live in a rental apartment 2 stations away. My favorite type of guy is a literate guy with a mature mind, and my hobby is helping out at a Sunday church in my neighborhood. So if you're interested, I'd be happy to pray for you.
Church? What are you, a sister? I mean, are you a sister as a hobby?
Yes, it's not that uncommon in my country. Well, I'm still just a volunteer, solving the confessions of distressed lambs.
Oh. The boys were stunned by Noel sensei's unexpectedly good reaction. As I said, I too was a bit taken aback by the novelty of the word sister. Meanwhile, the group of girls were silently fiddling with their mobile devices.
The boys in my class are such perverts, oh my god.
This one also casually checks the anonymous bulletin board for students only. What is that? Boys are too stupid. Okay, I was right. They are talking about that.
Is she that beautiful? I wonder if they'll take the French half of it somewhere else.
The French half? What? Are they trying to say that she's half French?
I mean, isn't that woman a little blatant too?
And so begins the gossip. Is the way to go. Blatant backbiting is posted on the bulletin board. Or just gossip. Thus, the class became a mysterious space divided into 2 simple factions, boys and girls. In other words, it was a primitive time when junior high school students were cursing each other, saying boys are so bad and girls are so ugly. I looked at her with a warm smile.
I wonder if these kids have the right degree of brains.
Is she basically saying, I wonder if these kids are all stupid? A new teacher making a slippery slope statement. I couldn't keep up with the atmosphere of the classroom, and when I looked away, my eyes met with Yumizuka's. Yumizuka seemed to have missed out on this atmosphere, and like me, seemed to be nowhere to be found.
What is this era of? A classroom full of color. What seemed to be a peaceful day took an unexpected turn. Well, because a hot teacher showed up, that's enough to drive everyone into disarray. The morning class was over. The air in the classroom was more buoyant than usual. I wonder how Arihiko would have reacted if he was here to see the teacher show up. This was because third period was Noel's class, and the friction between boys and girls was beginning to surface. Apparently, Miss Noel had been identified by the girls' group as a teacher they don't like. Yeah, how shocking. Anyway, it was lunchtime. I think a lot of that might stem from jealousy. Most of them have moved to the cafeteria and the purchasing department. Classrooms can be found at Yumizuka, and the rest of the girls' group are still there. Okay, so guys, now we're going to... Okay, cool. So I should tell you guys, I did go and see if there was maybe like an updated version of this translation where you could download the script file. So I downloaded it, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be an updated version because it was exactly the same file name, but I went ahead and did that because somebody mentioned that apparently the updated script file had the choices tied to it. So we wouldn't have that problem of it just translating the third choice. So fortunately, this translates all the choices. So now we actually, well, mostly know what we're picking because there, of course, is still going to be translation issues, but we'll try to get past it. Okay, so choice 1, go to the cafeteria. Choice 2, buy some bread and finish it in the classroom. Or choice 3, go to the hallway and think. Well, last time we went to the cafeteria because Arihiko was there. Buy some bread and finish it in the classroom. I'm not really sure what's going to happen there. I don't know if these choices are really important. That's the thing that I'm concerned about. I don't think they are. I mean, at least they don't seem to be. I mean, we did go to the cafeteria last time. Let's try something else this time. Let's go buy some bread, I guess. Let's go to the purchasing department and buy some bread to make it easier. Yeah, because there's nobody here to eat lunch with today. The financial situation from now on will be severe. The head of our family is not a playful person, so there is no hope for extra income. Sadly, there's no hope in that area. Yeah, not if you're dealing with Akiha. You won't get any money out of me, Nissan. So, I want to keep my expenses as low as possible. It would be too shameful to be penniless in case of emergency. Well, maybe you should have mentioned that before I chose to have you go buy bread. I went to the purchasing department and bought some affordable bread and a pack of tea. It was unusually crowded due to the arrival of new products, so we took our time. The bento group had already finished their lunch and were chatting. Are you going to lunch, Tono? Yeah, it's too noisy, so I take it easy. What about you, Yumizuka-san? I've already done that. So I guess if we stay in the classroom, there's a chance we can talk to Yumizuka. So I've got a little leftover side dish. How about a side dish for lunch from now on? Is she just saying she's going to offer us her lunch from now on? I spy on the group of girls to make sure they don't notice. A few of us gathered to discuss what happened between me and Yumizuka. Whatever the reason, it is clear that Yumizuka will be teased by the girls if he refuses. Thank you for that. Bread alone is tasteless, and I'll be grateful to feast on it. He clasped his hands together and thanked Yumizuka. Yeah, I know. It's so lonely with just bread. Here you go. Fried tofu and clams and tsukudani. It was a curious combination. The fried food was made by my mom, but the tsukudani was apparently made by Yumizuka. In her honor, I'd like to comment that the taste was average. Anyway, I think it made for a spectacular lunch. Yeah, don't tell Yumizuka that. Don't tell Yumizuka like, hey, yeah, your cooking's just average. Thanks for the food. It was delicious. If there's a next opportunity, I will return the favor next time. No, it's okay. It's just a fluke today. Well, That's more like, oh yeah, did you hear what Toyama-sensei said? Is that the one from yesterday? Rumors of misfortune and such. Yeah, you know, that was a mistake. I heard that he was involved in a car accident and broke his leg, so he had to be hospitalized.
A car accident, huh? Shiki was supposedly involved in a quote-unquote car accident too. Well, that's good. Oh no, that's not good. I wonder if that was intentional. Like if that's the actual translation. Oh no, that's good. Oh wait, that's not. It's not good. Hospitalization for a leg injury means that you can't walk, right? Toyama is going to be pissed at me for messing with him.
Oh, I know. I don't know why I'm so happy. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking clearly enough.
Yumizuka's smile changed to one of remorse. But I also know how she feels. Even if it was just a rumor, they even said that he was dead. When I heard that it was a leg injury, I couldn't help but feel relieved. I mean, yeah, at least he's not dead. I mean, a leg injury's not good, but at least he's not dead. Don't worry, I was just like you, Yumizuka-san. But then you won't have a homeroom teacher for a while. I'm going to miss him when he's not here.
Yes, I hope he gets well soon and comes back.
The smile on Yumizuka's face made my mouth water too. Oh wait, what? She wasn't incredibly beautiful, but instead she had a charm that made everyone around her feel at ease. Him saying it made my mouth water makes it sound like he's either going to eat her or he's going to do something else. In fact, she's so good-natured that she's become the class's go-to person for advice. She is a laid-back person, but very popular. In the event that you have any questions regarding where and the best way to get in touch with us, please do not hesitate to contact us. I found myself with 2 minutes left until the end of lunch break. I got some good news, no annoying Arihiko, and I think I could spend the afternoon in peace. I seriously have to wonder sometimes if Arihiko is even Shiki's friend, considering how he talks about him. By the way, why doesn't she just go back to her desk? Yumizuka-san, it's almost 5th period.
What? Oh, yeah, I know. 1 minute. 1 minute to chime.
Yeah, everyone will probably go back to their seats after the chime though, so there's still plenty of time.
I don't know. I don't have the luxury of time, but I think now is the time to take advantage of the fact that you are not here.
Wait, what? The classmates begin to take their seats before the chime, and then...
Well, you know, I've got some time left over. Maybe Tono-kun can use them.
Yumizuka held out what looked like a card. This is a family restaurant's loyalty card? Oh, thank you. But are you sure?
I've got points. Well, my friend is in a pinch, so I applied for a part-time job, and the manager gave me a bunch of cards. Come eat with me when you feel like it, like at 7 p.m. or something.
Is that her way of, like, trying to ask us out on a date? Yumizuka rolled over and ran to her seat. Goddamn. I don't think it could be any more obvious that Yumizuka has a crush on Shiki. The warning bell rings. I'm really happy, but I can't be honest about it. That's because yesterday at lunch, Arihiko had asked me to talk about something like that. The conversation about the Tono family was over quickly, and we were both about to finish our lunch. By the way, about Yumizuka. Do you have any feelings for her, or do you just want to go out with her? In a way, he had developed a life advice that I had not asked for. Why are you telling me this now? No, you were approached this morning, weren't you? I was just curious. Yumizuka, you're the idol of the class. If there is any chance that you have a pulse, I'd like to stop you. What? What the hell is that? What I think of Yumizuka-san is none of your business. Oh, okay. So I wanted to know how we feel about her. That's not true. I just couldn't stand to see a combination that would make both of us unhappy. Yumizuka looks like that, but it's kind of... Oh well, it's certainly not my place to interfere. So what do you think? I'm not sure what to say, but you'll be able to find a way to make it work. I'm afraid that's going to be difficult. Huh? Isn't Yumizuka your type? That's not what I meant. If I may say so, I'm the Yumizuka-san type. I'll do everything in my power to stop you if you try to snare me. You're not my dad, are you? Then why are you keeping your distance? No, that's... how to say it. Looking at Yumizuka-san somehow makes me sad. That's terrible. No pulse, or was it before that? Not sure what he means by no pulse. I can't stop thinking about my own selfish thoughts. But there is nothing I can do about this. I unconsciously have a tendency to shy away from people with decent values that I can respect in a straightforward way. It's not that I don't like them, it's more that I'm too scared to approach them. I have a card with exactly 1,000 yen worth of points on it. The name of the restaurant is Lindberg. It's a very average family restaurant located at the north exit of Soya Station. Weren't we supposed to stay away from the north exit of Soya Station? Isn't that supposed to be dangerous? It's after school. I didn't have any dizziness from the anemia today, and for me personally, it was a very peaceful day. Well, aside from everybody going crazy over Noel. However, an unexpected virus was spreading in the classroom, and until just a few minutes ago, the air was filled with disquiet. The girls called the boys' fuss Noel fever. It could be Noel's measles. The confrontation between the boys and the girls did not stop until lunchtime, and the battle was postponed until tomorrow. I feel like this will go on for a while. On the other hand, the boys who missed out on the Noel fever were praised by the girls group, but branded as incapable, traitors, and juvenile delinquents by the boys group. It's a trivial story. Well, you're certainly not the type of beauty that comes along very often, Noel-sensei. Still, I'm not quite sure why everyone is so obsessed with her. If you're talking about beauty, Akiha is much more... Bro, are you really about to fantasize about your sister?
Oh, there you are. Do you have a minute, Shiki?
I don't know if I should say Shiki is a man of culture. He's not going crazy over Noel. See, the guys had the right idea. A whirlwind of people came at an unbelievable time.
Oh my, you look like you're about to blow your heart out of your mouth. Do I have something on my face?
No, it's not like that at all. What can I do for you, Noel-sensei? I swallowed my guilt for comparing Noel-sensei to Akiha and tried my best to calmly divert the topic. That is a weird comparison. Aunt. She smiled at me as if she could see right through me.
I like the sound of Noel-sensei. It's much better than being called a senior. I was worried because I was still new to Japan, but I think I'm going to be addicted to being called sensei by a naive boy like you. It's immoral and makes me a little nervous.
I don't like the implications of this. Noel-sensei. It's a little close, but...
Don't worry about it. I mean, in times like this, you have to pretend to be dull and keep quiet. Hey, my neck, isn't it beautiful?
Oh god. Does she think we're a vampire?
Nervousness or the magic of the setting sun? Her voice slips into my ear, not from the front, but from directly behind me, as if she were whispering into my ear.
Noel ASMR?
Don't be so alarmed.
Oh god. What's going on here?
I can feel something pressing against my waist, Shiki. Just lace your fingers together. Just transfer your body heat. It's just a matter of putting my weight on it.
What's happening here?
Yes. I just want you to eat me.
Oh god. Their breaths come together. Legs entwine. An arm wraps around my back, blocking my escape route. Inside. Strangely lustrous and slippery, the woman's neck.
See? Just the sound of your heartbeat is enough to make you melt. So forget it. Forget you. Just take away everything that's in the way. All those pretenses, all those glasses.
Did she take our glasses? Dude, what is she doing? Is she taking off our glasses? Serpentine fingers touched the tendrils of my glasses. The moment, my body jumped away from her with only the fear of not wanting to see. And I can't really blame him. I mean, that was about to be really fucking bad.
It was a hands-on commemoration of my new position.
Okay, was that all that was?
In Japanese terms, a little skinship? Or is it an exchange of business cards? Either way, it's still just a token relationship, isn't it?
You're just joking, Noel sensei? I don't think that's the right word for what's going on right now. Yeah, she was about to do something to us. As a teacher, even as a joke, that's just too much. What was the purpose of in the first place? You sounded like you were looking for me.
Oh, that's right. I just need your help with something. I'm done with that too. Well then, goodbye, Shiki. Take care not to end up like Toyama-sensei.
That sounds like a threat. Like, what the fuck? It's like a veiled threat or something. Like, take care not to get your legs broken. Noel sensei left with a wave of her hand. Okay. I asked a question about Dr. Toyama, decided not to. 3 is just. Okay, there is no other choice. There's just 2 choices. Okay, yeah. I asked to ask about Dr. Toyama sensei, or 2 decided not to. Maybe it would be best to create a save file here, just in case, though. Because this seems like it might be important. Maybe we should not ask about Toyama, or... Yeah, just leave it for now. I think we should just leave it. Turn your gaze to the floor, as if to turn away from the ominous premonition. Yeah, I just got a bad feeling about that. This is good. It's better not to ask unnecessary questions. It's better not to know. Disagreeable events only gauge the scars in my heart. Or did she want us to ask? Did she just turn around? What was that? As if to see through my weakness, Noel sensei shook her head and left. I don't know. I feel like it was a better choice not to ask about it. Because, like, I feel like if we asked about it, it could lead to some kind of a potential dead end or something. I left the school. I felt a faint pain on the left side of my neck, as if someone had scratched me. Oh, maybe she did do something to him. I'm not here for anything. Go home without stopping. Go to a family restaurant. Well, we did get points to go to the family restaurant. Maybe we should see what happens if we just go to the family restaurant. Well, I'm not going to save again. We won't have to go through that much more if we just go back to the previous save. So let's go with number 2. Let's stop by a diner. In my wallet, I have a point card that Yumizuka gave me. I don't have an appetite, but I have enough to drink tea. I'm pretty sure Akiha will chew us out, but whatever. I can't bear to leave the gift as fodder in my wallet, so let's go see where Yumizuka works part-time. This'll be interesting. Also, the family restaurant sounded like a foreign place. I forget what it was called. Change the common sense? What the hell does that mean? My neck is strangely hot. It's swollen and tender. Oh no. Oh no. This isn't good. I wonder if that's why. I feel like I've lost track of where I was going. The night covers the city like leaking water. The noise was incomparable to the morning. The headlights of cars passing by. Crowds of people being swept out of the station or swallowed up. School uniforms have dwindled in number. People dressed in colorful clothes strolled about. What about the diner? Did we just forget about that? Stand up the body that was sitting on the bench. It's time to go. I had no reason to go at all, but I turned my feet to the downtown area. Why are we going there? Don't go there. I don't like where this is going, guys. I really don't. This ain't good. This really isn't good. I feel like we're headed toward a dead end. We definitely chose we chose wrong. We chose wrong. Take a side street off the main road. Rather than a road, it was a blind spot created between buildings. There was no one around. No noise. There was no sign of any living thing. Just a rustling sound from that back. The lights from the vending machines were dazzling. Too much extra civilization that is disproportionate to this place. It was too bright, so I walked past it. I turned my feet to the darker, more appropriate darkness of the night. To a smaller, more secluded dark place. I put my hand on the rusty iron fence. If you open this and go deep enough, you'll find... Hey, you there. What? I stopped in my tracks when she stopped me. I woke up with a light spark of dizziness. I don't know what that means. Why did you come to this place? Why did I try to go this far back? Oh, that girl.
Excuse me, do you have 100 yen?
Why do you want money? When I turned around, there was a strange girl in front of the vending machine. I tried to buy some juice, but I didn't have any change, and I was stuck. Perhaps I felt guilty for trying to go further into the alleyway, but I let myself be carried away by the atmosphere and handed over the 100 yen. Wait, we just gave her money?
Thank you.
Oh my god. 100 yen is put into the vending machine. A button is pressed. The girl took out a can that had fallen out. She frowned in boredom.
You're so fluent, taking a walk at this hour. Isn't your housekeeper waiting for you?
How the hell do you know that? Oh. I look at my phone when I'm told. The clock ruthlessly struck 7:40. Oh no, there's only 20 minutes left until curfew. I rushed out of the alleyway. So, okay, and if we try to go to the family restaurant, we just end up walking around aimlessly, and then, like, I thought we were about to die, and then, of course, we stayed up past curfew, so maybe that wasn't the best choice. I don't know. I was just thinking, well, maybe we should do something different. Wait a minute. The girl stopped me again. What? I'm sorry, but I have to hurry. A juice can is tossed with a heave. I rushed to catch it, but wasn't this the one she bought?
I'll give you that.
Why?
None of them tasted drinkable.
The girl said grumpily and strode past me.
No, this is no time to be dismayed.
I hurry up and start running too. It's too bad for a brother or even a human being to break the curfew on the first day. I have to get back to the mansion before the thunder of the master falls. Might be a little bit too late for that. She's probably already pissed. Run like an Olympic sprinter, Shiki. You have disobeyed me, brother. I'm home. Open and close the front door as quietly as possible, and discreetly enter the lobby, announcing my return in a voice that is neither too loud nor too quiet. The time was 8 p.m., 1 minute ago. I'm surprised Shiki hasn't gotten his knife yet, too, by the way. It's like, that's why I was kind of concerned that he was going out at night, too, because I'm like, he doesn't have the knife. He's going to die. I ran as fast as I could from the station and made it just in time, but honestly, it was so hard I felt like I was going to throw up. That hill was too heartbreaking. It was a good thing I was going downhill on my way to school, but I had forgotten that I would be going uphill on my way to the mansion. Well, hey, it's good exercise.
Welcome back, Shiki. I know you are tired, but please come to the office before you go back to your room. Lady Akiha would like to speak with you.
Of course she would. The office, huh? Akiha's grumpiness was obvious when she took the trouble to call me into her office. Just explain what happened. Just be like, hey, I got some points to spend at a family restaurant. I wanted to check it out.
The only reason you're taking a detour is because you have money to spare.
Oh, I guess she did explain that to her.
As punishment this time, I'll reduce your monthly entertainment expenses by 20%.
Oh no, our allowance will be reduced. And then there was this. As soon as he entered the office, he was told the decision without explanation. Or so it seems, that from now on my monthly allowance is going to come from Akiha, and suddenly it's going to be reduced. Rejoice, father. Akiha has grown up to be a more strict head of the family than you. But that's not true, is it? I kept my curfew, didn't I? Well, I couldn't keep up with the before dark.
Oh, that was unexpected. You were aware that you had made a promise to me, weren't you? Then why didn't you keep it?
No, I guess I just forgot about it.
That is not good enough, Nissan. Brother, I forgot to tell you too. As an added punishment, you will skip dinner tonight.
Are you serious? God damn, she's looking at us like she wants to kill us. Jesus Christ. No. What a tyrant. Yeah, no kidding. She's like a fucking dictator. Jesus Christ. Just in time, and this strictness is seriously scary. If I break the curfew, what will happen to Tono Shiki? Well, if I remember correctly in the original game, he tends to do that a lot, so bad things are probably going to happen. I trotted across the lobby and headed for my room. After that, I protested to the head of the family, but I couldn't undo the punishment for taking away my dinner. On the other hand, the amount of pocket money was only cut by 10%. My brother's dignity, a great victory. Was it really? I feel like that was more like a shot to our dignity.
Shiki-san! Shiki-san!
Kohaku? On my way back to my room, Kohaku spoke to me. Just like in the morning, she was hiding in the corner of the hallway and talking in private.
Oh no, you can't do that. You have to come home properly at least today.
Yeah, I guess we might have made a mistake when we chose that. I just kind of hope it wasn't a really important choice.
I had already come home earlier than I thought I would, thinking that no matter how much I had to do, they would listen to me on the first day.
What? Who said you were coming back?
That's a given. No, it's nothing. Be that as it may, as a servant, I can't overlook skipping dinner. Therefore, we have prepared some snacks for you in your room. It's just a simple rice ball and miso soup.
What a thoughtful helper you are. She gave me my cell phone back this morning, and if Akiha finds out about it, she'll be the one who gets scolded, but I can't believe she's so caring. Is that okay? It'd be a huge help.
Yes, it's about your health. Besides, Hisui-chan agrees to this, so even if Akiha-sama finds out, she'll forgive us if we both apologize.
Well, she looked at me like that, but she was taking care of me. It's easy to misunderstand Hisui because she doesn't seem to show her emotions, but she also felt sorry for me because I had to skip dinner.
Shiki-san, it's not that girl, it's Hisui-chan.
Oh, yeah, I know. But since I can't speak well yet, I feel bad about calling you by your name so casually.
No, don't do that. It's a terrible story. Hisui-chan is very kind despite her appearance. Shiki-san, please feel free to call Hisui-chan from now on, and think of me as family.
Kohaku stares straight ahead at me. Surely, it would be difficult for her to be a stranger forever. It's the reason why she still cared about me as much as Kohaku did, and I should try to be as forgiving as possible. I understand. From now on, no matter what happens, I'll call you by your name, Hisui. No, I'm embarrassed to call you by your name, Hisui.
Yes, that's very good.
So long, Kohaku said as she went downstairs. I prayed to the nightingale of the Tono residence in my mind and went back to my room. Onigiri, or Kohaku, so it must be delicious. Sometimes I'm really not sure what they're trying to say and I can't do my own interpretation of it. Maybe he was trying to say his food is going to be delicious. Well, that was a nice bath. I ate Kohaku's special rice balls and
Hisui told me it was time for my bath. When I came back from the baths, the time was 9 o'clock. It was a little too early to go to sleep. The only thing I have on hand is a reference book. I'm not so tired today. So what should we do? I'd rather waste my time here. Okay, go to the living room and talk to Akiha, visit Kohaku's room, stay in my room to rest. Let's try to win back some affection from Akiha, I guess. Go to talk to Akiha. I promptly pissed off Akiha today. Not to make up for it, but I wanted to ease the distance between us, or rather, the spiky wall that I felt so much with some light chatting. However, time is time. Even though she was my sister, it was not a good idea to visit a woman's room without an appointment. And where is her room in the first place? Isn't it the East Wing? I think it's in the back of the East Wing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's right. I'll ask Hisui or Kohaku next time. No, it's right. Let's go to the living room. Yeah, hopefully she'll be there. She said she was relaxing in the living room after dinner, and Akiha might still be there. Oh no, it's this guy again. Oh, it's been a day, Shiki. After a night, do you feel like you've come back to Tono? Oh, this creepy motherfucker. I restrained myself from screaming in surprise. Yeah, I can't blame you. In the living room, there was that man, the bandaged monster I met yesterday, Psyche Gyojin. Good evening. You're Psyche Gyojin, right? Just Psyche. A name is something that only someone worthy of recognition would want to be mentioned, you know. With a smile laced with mockery, Psyche Gyojin said such a thing. I was a little surprised to see you here. You're here at this time? I don't respond with sarcasm. I respond with generalizations. I still don't know anything about this person. I should know who he is first and figure out how to deal with him. What time is it? Oh, it's before lights out. It's one of the bad traditions left by Mr. Makihisa. Before the clock strikes midnight, he dims the lights of the mansion and forces the inhabitants to sleep. He hated the night, or more accurately, he hated waking up at night. The Western-style building and the history of the place are wonderful, but this is not the only rule. The head of the Tono family must not turn away from the night. So what? It's a far better rule than making noise all night, though. I complained about the early lights out time myself, but I just set it back. They insulted Makihisa. It was because he felt insulted by Akiha, who had taken over as the head of the family. Did I offend you? No thank you. You seem to know your place a little better than I do. Even though he was disowned, he defended his father's honor. Mr. Makihisa has a good son. I'm asking if it's insane for you to be here at this hour. It's not insane. I'm coming back to my own house after a late day of work. Isn't this a very natural routine? Wait, so does he actually live here? This time, I was baffled. It's coming home to my house. Did this man say this mansion was his house? But yesterday, I was sure that he was not related to the Tono family. Excuse me, it was a bit of a hasty response. I am a stranger. I've been given a room to stay in, but I'm a guest of honor, for now anyway. With a muffled laugh, Psyche left the sofa. He's planning to leave the living room at... I just came to get some materials for my room tonight, Shiki. I lied when I said that I had finished my work. The urban development of Soya is just beginning. There are still a lot of things that need to be done. Tonight I'm staying up all night, you know. This is what I was criticizing Makihisa for. There is no day or night in modern business. It is a hair-raising policy to just wait for morning when night falls. If you keep running the company in the same old mood, the people who will take over will be annoyed. Well, we didn't run into Akiha, but we ran into the crazy man wearing bandages after Psyche Gyojin went out into the hallway. Not long after, I heard Kohaku's voice coming from the lobby. I guess she was escorting a guest to the door. The relationship between Makihisa and Psyche Gyojin, who was taking over the company, is unknown, but from the way he said it, it doesn't sound like they had a good relationship. I had an indescribable bad feeling. I'll leave the chat with Akiha for another time. Tonight, I decided to be quiet and go back to my room to rest.
And then he's going to wake up again, probably.
It was 10 o'clock. I didn't even have to turn it off. The lights went off automatically. At this time of night, all the lights except for those in the office are turned off. After that, we could turn on the lights in any room by turning the switch back on, but that was apparently for emergencies. Perhaps using the provided stand light will reveal that you are a night owl. On top of that, we are not allowed to go out after 10 p.m. Maybe you could sneak out and get some stand lights. Recently, there are also foldable stand lights the size of mobile devices. I can get through as many lights out hours as I want. Well, I guess I don't have to. Basically, I'm going to sleep at night. If it's exam time, they'll give you a longer bedtime. I changed into the loungewear provided and crawled into bed. Ever since that accident in which I was seriously injured, I have been unable to resist lying down like this. I didn't want to put myself into a comfortable position, especially if it was a soft bed. I also annoyed Keiko a lot at Arma's house. I was a deep sleeper, but I was not a child who went to sleep on my own. Okay, let's go to bed. Yeah, good luck with that. Remind yourself that it is natural to be able to do this. Take off your glasses and close your eyelids. Yeah, just keep them closed because otherwise you'll see the lines and just go fucking crazy. I had a hard time sleeping, and that was when I was a kid. Now, if I close my eyelids like this, I can fall asleep like any other person. Or so he thinks. Well, maybe he did. Oh. Ooh. Oh, it's the howling, yes! I know where this is going. Like a wave, I can hear some voices. Oh. That is creepy, actually. What the fuck? Animal howl. It is thin and high for a wild dog. Oh. It echoes in my eardrums. Is it howling at the moon? Oh. Disgusting smell. The roar of this beast gives me a headache. Ooh. The sound didn't stop. Like a bullet in my skull. It continually echoes. Ooh. 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 Oh my god, you're so annoying. I open my eyes, putting on my glasses. I can still hear the dogs barking outside the window. The clock had just turned 11 in the evening. It's more than just disturbing your sleep. Damn, what's with the squealing? The howling of the dogs could be heard from outside the compound. I don't think I'll be able to sleep like this. Yeah, I wouldn't either. I don't have a choice. You can't call the police about a noisy dog. They won't even take your case. I get out of bed and change back into my school clothes. This must be bothering Akiha and the others as they can't sleep. I'm the only man in the house, so I guess I'll just have to check it out. Well, technically you're not. There's also that fucking Psyche Gyojin or whatever, but I guess he's not going to do anything about it. Leave the house. The night was frozen and everything had stopped. The moon is hidden in the clouds. Even the light from electric lamps appears to congeal like paint dropped onto a canvas. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. Oddly enough, the howling sounded feeble out there. Or is it just a howl that's starting to fade? Either is fine. The sound was more painful to my brain and eyes than to my ears. A physiological disgust that activates my heart just by listening to it. Shut up. My legs are heavy as I start to walk. I can't feel my fingertips. Poof. I noticed that my breath was white. Are we actually going to find the source of the howling? It was even quieter outside the house. The illusion that everything is ceasing to exist. In a stopped world, only one Shadow Master is active. For some reason, I'm thirsty. Around the mansion, the high wall stretched on and on, a night road. Warming my itchy fingers with my breath, I walked in the direction where the dogs were probably gathered. And then Shiki gets mauled to death. Dead end. Oh Jesus, what the fuck? Huh? My consciousness is shutting down. Something under a light far away. I've never seen anything like it before, and would never see it if it were normal. A strange sight. Melting dog. Ooh. What? What the hell is with that? Does that guy have a spear? A long blade pointed at you. What the hell was that? Melting howl. What the hell was that? Ooh. A long blade that stabbed. What the hell was that? Yes, Nasu's signature writing style, repetition. I screamed as if I had lost my mind. Or strong winds. After the wave that tore at my eardrums ran through, there was no more sound of the dog or the dog's appearance. As if it had never existed in the first place. It melted and disappeared without a trace. So, is it an illusion? Is what I'm seeing now a hallucination or a dream? So, that was an illusion. Under a streetlight that seemed to have been cut off from the darkness, there was a strange object standing there. I wonder what that is. A figure in a thick coat didn't even seem to notice me standing there. Thirsty, sweating all over the body. The night air is still entangled in my skin. It's not like there's anything wrong with it. Everything feels heavy, like I'm at the bottom of the ocean. Whatever the hell that means. I heard a distant foreign sound. The dizziness nearly knocks me unconscious. I pull all the strength I had into my staggering legs and manage to stay on my feet without falling. And it was a normal, unpopulated country road. Yeah, everything just went back to normal like magic. I breathed in a sigh of relief, and my lungs greedily took in air. I hadn't noticed, but I don't think I've been breathing properly since I left the main gate. I can't hear any howling anymore. I left the phantom as if swamped by heat. Well, that was creepy. So, basically, I guess this character is supposed to be like a replacement for Nero, and he's probably a new character, because if you remember, Nero was the one who was out there doing the howling in the original game, or one of his dogs was howling. I came back to my room. Akiha and the others didn't seem to be awake. Yeah, they didn't notice in the original either. Apparently, I was the only one who couldn't stand the howling of that dog. I wonder what it is. My head still hurts. I don't know why I'm shaking. If I look, my fingers are trembling. My whole body was also rattling in small increments, and my back muscles were awfully cold. Metaphorically speaking, yes. It's as if my spinal cord was ripped out and a pillar of ice was inserted in its place. I feel dizzy and lightheaded. Is it the usual anemia? I feel like my whole brain was being thrown to the ground. On my way there, I saw something I didn't like. Oh no. Oh no. Shut your eyes, Shiki, don't look at them. I can see those lines even though I wear glasses. Oh, that's not good. My eyeballs couldn't take the nausea that was rising in them. It was a reaction to the fact that I've been trying not to look at it for the past 7 years. My mind can't take this fact. I feel sick, combined with the dizziness of anemia. I feel like I'm going to vomit out the contents of my stomach at any moment. You're lying. What's going on here? I don't know. However, as long as I keep my eyes open, I can't help but see the lines in my field of vision. Just close your eyes, Shiki. Go to sleep. You won't see them. It's a dream. I managed to fall into bed. Well, then go to sleep. It's the quickest way to deny what you see. My body doesn't move as well as it should. Now it's just like this, like a corpse. Just fall asleep like a puppet with broken strings.